disappointment of last night is washed away by the anticipation of the Rangers' debut of Matt Garza. Garza's enthusiasm, reputation, and season numbers are great reasons to be excited about tonight and the race for the playoffs. It should be quite a night as your Rangers and the New York Yankees meet next. Now the humidity and the temperature are pretty high, and the excitement is higher than that, if you can believe that, at Rangers Ballpark tonight as Matt Garza makes his Rangers debut, the Rangers taking on the New York Yankees. And welcome in, everyone, along with Tom Greaves, Steve Busby. And this is a night that we've waited for the last couple of weeks since the first idea came across that Matt Garza might be joining the Rangers. And, Tom, that night's here, and I'm kind of excited to see what he brings. I am too, Buzz, and there's probably not a rotation in baseball that wouldn't be glad to have Matt Garza added to it at this time of year. And certainly the Rangers are in a pennant race. He's a veteran presence, a guy that's well needed in their rotation. He's probably in a streak right now where he's throwing the ball as well as he ever has. Over his last 6 starts, he's 5-0. His ERA is 1.24. He's throwing a lot of quality strikes. The Rangers are hoping that they got him right in the sweet spot, and he'll continue that. Well, he's on a personal best 5 straight wins in 5 straight starts. So he's looking to extend that personal best here tonight for the Rangers. It'll be the Rangers facing the Yankees and Andy Pettit, the veteran left-hander, on the hill for New York. We'll be back with the starting lineup from the first pitch right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Don't miss the Ford Summer Spectacular featuring blockbuster deals. Now playing at your best in Texas Ford dealer. By AT&T UVerse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PIC-ATT. Rethink possible. And by Progressive. Visit Progressive.com today. The Rangers taking the field. Matt Garza for the first time in a Ranger uniform headed out to the mound. And as Matt starts to take his warm-up tosses, let's send it down to the field where Rick Renner is standing by. Rick?
Hey, Buzz, a lot of excitement in the stadium, a lot of excitement in the dugout about Matt Garza's Texas Rangers debut. When John Daniels made the trade, it was a huge statement to this team that they could get back to the World Series and win it. Here is Ian Kinsler.
They improved the ball club. They did what they had to do, and now it's our turn. You know, we have to show that we're ready to take the next step as a club, and you know, try to get back to the playoffs, and hopefully reward, you know, the front office and everyone that was involved in making that move, and try to get back there.
That's your Geico quote of the night, and I know Ranger fans love to be the first at everything. Well, you can be the first to get in a Matt Garza jersey, already available at the ballpark and online at TexasRangers.com. Gosh, they're fast. Buzz?
All right, Rick. Hey, you expecting anything less? That's the way it has to be. Well, Matt Garza, as we mentioned, 5-0 in his last 6 starts, and he is on a roll. And here's the Yankee lineup that he will face tonight. Brett Gardner, the center fielder, leads off. Then it's Ichiro Suzuki, the right fielder. Hobbs Cano, the second baseman, bats third. Lyle Overbay hits cleanup. He's the first baseman. The DH tonight, once again, Vernon Wells. Hitting 6th, playing shortstop, Eduardo Nunez. Brent Lillibridge, the start at third base. He's batting 7th. Elkie Mesa is in left field. And catching tonight, batting 9th, is Chris Stewart.
And the scouting report for Matt Garza. He's had 11 starts with the Cubs. He's 6-1, 3.17 ERA. He's won his last 5. 8 major league seasons. He's 63-62. He started out with Minnesota, was traded to Tampa Bay. Then he was traded to the Cubs. Now he's a Ranger. First start against the Yankees since 2010. He'll be facing some hitters tonight that he's probably never seen before.
Well, Garza to the mound, and here's a look at the Ranger defense that will back him up tonight. Jeff Baker, the start in left field. Craig Gentry in center. Nelson Cruz is in right. Moreland at first. Kinsler and Andrews up the middle. Adrian Beltre at third. Giovanni Soto, a familiar face, handling Matt Garza. The umpiring crew tonight. Lance Barksdale calling the balls and strikes. Vic Carapazza is at first. Wally Bell at second. He is the crew chief, and Kerwin Danley is down at third. Now ready to get underway in the inaugural start in a Ranger uniform for Matt Garza, the 29-year-old right-hander who goes 6 feet 4 inches tall, listed at 215 pounds, out of the Central Valley of California, Selma, California to be exact. He was a Fresno State Bulldog at the time that he was drafted by the Minnesota Twins. And the first pitch is a fastball, belt high, strike 1. Gardner, 278. You see quite a few at-bats against Garza, 2 for 14, Brett Gardner. And the Yankees that have been around for a while at the big league level will have faced Garza a lot. There's a little looper into shallow right field. Kinsler going out, can't quite get it. Just over the outstretched glove of Ian Kinsler, and aboard with a looping single is Brett Gardner.
Gardner's kind of been a thorn in this series for the Rangers, especially defensively. He's made a couple of great plays in the outfield that potentially cut down innings where the Rangers could have scored. That was a good pitch by Garza. Got it way in on his fist and jammed him, and Ian was just a few inches away from making a nice over-the-shoulder catch.
The 1 on, nobody out. Ichiro Suzuki, the right fielder, steps in. Suzuki in his second year with the Yankees, came over last year from Seattle, takes a strike on the outside corner. Ichiro 276 with half a dozen home runs. He has driven in only 26. He has been hitting at the top of that order. It's been a very inconsistent Yankee offense. They are 12th in the American League with only 392 runs scored. Snap throw to first. Garza, a very good athlete. He has good pickoff moves to first and second. Also fields his position very well. He's quick off the mound, quick with his footwork. 0-1 the count. Up the middle, that's a base hit to center field. Stopping at second is Gardner. So Ichiro got a pitch up and banged it right back through the middle. Back-to-back singles. Open the first inning in Matt Garza's career with the Rangers. Now Robinson Cano coming up.
Hey, Ichiro hit that ball pretty well. He's known for a lot of infield hits and bloopers, but that was a well-hit ball. High fastball, belt high out over the plate. Hit it back through the middle.
So 2 on, nobody out. Robinson Cano. He's had an 0 for in the series and he's fallen down under the 300 level. He's at 299. 21 home runs, though, and 69 RBI. And Matt Garza has had a hard time in the past with Robinson Cano. This is Garza's first start against the Yankees since 2010. So a lot of those numbers won't have as much meaning because there's been a lot of time in between appearances against each other for Garza and the Yankee hitters. Robinson Cano having a whale of a month of July. Look at that, 21 RBI. It's the most in the American League, hitting .358. 1 ball, no strikes. Garza reading Soto's signs, is ready. Off speed, that's over for a strike.
Cano's hit into 13 double plays this year. Hit into a big double play last night. Kind of a key part of the game and one of the Yankee rallies. Help the Rangers get out of that with a minimum amount of damage being done. Garza could sure use a double play right here.
Gardner at second, Suzuki at first. And a fastball that catches the outside corner. At 93 miles an hour, that's just about the upper limit for Matt Garza. He may go 94, but he is typically 90, 91 miles an hour with good movement. And he also works very effectively inside to both right-handers and left-handers with that fastball. It sets up his primary breaking ball, which usually is a slider. Sometimes it'll be a curveball. Knows how to pitch and is very aggressive using his good stuff. 1-2 the count as he sets. Got him swinging.
Good fastball.
Well, that thing moving down and away from Robinson Cano, who was overmatched on that swing. 1 out.
Yeah, you're talking about a guy that can hit. I don't know many times that you'll see Cano look like this on a fastball, but he's not going to see a fastball with that kind of movement very often either. That thing just kept going away from him. Great pitch.
The one very big out. And Lyle Overbay, the left-handed hitting first baseman, steps in against Garza. Breaking ball that finds the inside corner. See, Overbay has had a lot of at-bats against Matt Garza. 43 of them, and he's hit .256. Up there now against a guy that he knows and that knows him very well. That fastball darting off the inside corner. 1-1 the count. Overbay with the 11 home runs, 43 RBI. And you can see the last 3 games have not been kind to Overbay, just 2 for 14. Garza, a check of second. There goes Gardner to third. The throw is high, and the tag is late.
That's too bad because he didn't get that great a jump. If Giovanni made a decent throw at all, he would have had Garza at third base. As it was, they almost had him anyway, and the throw was very high. Easy throw, too, with a left-hand hitter up there. You got a clear shot as the catcher. You know he's going, and all he had to do was throw it knee-high anywhere near the bag, and he would have had him. That's one that got away.
So the stolen base now, runners at first and third with 1 out. 2-1. The count to Overbay. Garza okays the sign, a check of the runners. Jandy with a fastball, and it's popped foul over the Yankee dugout. 2-2. A little surprised on that play that Suzuki didn't follow up the stolen base of Gardner with a stolen base of his own. He just stayed at first, and probably to give Overbay the opportunity to use a hole on that side. But still, as Gardner's going, don't you have to be at second base with the trail guy?
The only thing I could think, Buzz, is Gardner just took off spur of the moment on his own, and Ichiro didn't have any idea he was going.
Just missed the inside corner. That fills the count to Overbay. Go at 3-2 with one out. You get another look at that.
That's one of those could have been ones. A little bit outside, though. Inside.
Overbay hitting fourth. He'll be followed by Vernon Wells. Garza sets. Suzuki on the move. The pitch swung on and missed. And Suzuki will have second base stolen as the strikeout is recorded. So back-to-back punch-outs for Garza. Now second and third with two away for Wells.
Well, that's bearing down in a key situation. First and second, nobody out. You strike out one of the best run producers in baseball. And then a man on third base and less than two outs. All it takes is a fly ball. And you punch out Lyle Overbay with a good 3-2 breaking ball. But two men in scoring position, and you still have one more hitter to get.
And Vernon Wells would be that hitter. And Wells is no stranger to Matt Garza. 8 for 29 in his career as Vernon Wells. 239 the average for the year. First pitch just off the outside corner. It's ball one. Wells with 10 home runs and 37 driven in. But you can see he has picked things back up significantly. Last couple of weeks of play, he's hit better than 300. 6 RBI in those 15 games. Garza working from the stretch, the 1-0 pitch. Right down through there. Rangers playing Vernon Wells a couple of steps around to the left. Outfield fairly deep against him with runners at second and third. The pitch is chopped towards short, cut off by Beltre. Sets, throws, and gets him. And Matt Garza able to work around a pair of leadoff singles. So 2 left for the Yankees. We played a half inning. Yankees nothing. Rangers coming up on Fox Sports Southwest. No score. Up they go to the bottom of the third. The Rangers starting lineup is delivered by Fred Loya Insurance. Ian Kinsler leads off. Elvis Andrus is back in the number 2 slot. Nelson Cruz bats third. He's in right field. The third baseman is Adrian Beltre. A.J. Pierzynski DHing tonight, batting fifth. Jeff Baker is in left field. Mitch Moreland hits seventh tonight. He's playing first. Giovanni Soto behind the plate. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Craig Gentry. Ian Kinsler stepping in against Andy Pettit, the 41-year-old veteran, and Kinsler promptly lines the first pitch into left field, a base hit.
Yeah, sometimes Ian will just take the first pitch, but that was one he was ready to hit the first pitch. Pettit looked like he threw him a get-ahead fastball, and Ian didn't let him do it. Scouting report for Pettit, he's 7-7. He's had 17 starts this year. Still a solid big league starter. 252 career wins. That's the most among active pitchers. First time he started in this ballpark since 2008. He's been around a long time, 41 years old. May not be a number 1 or 2 starter anymore, but he's still a solid number 3 or 4 starter.
Yeah, if the definition of knows how to pitch is in the book, he'll have his picture next to it. Pretty good bunt by Elvis. Pettit throws and just does get him. Cano got over to cover first base from his second base spot, just barely in time. So it'll go as a sacrifice with Kinsler going to second, but a good effort by Elvis Andrews trying to get that bunt down to a base hit.
It worked as a very good sacrifice bunt. Had a chance to be a base hit if he bunted it a little harder. He had to get it past Pettit and past Overbay. If he got it past them, he could have snuck in there to first base.
So Ian at second now, and Nelly Cruz bangs a base hit to left field. Kinsler to third. He will be held up there, as that ball really got out to Mesa in a hurry. That was a rocket off the bat of Cruz. And the Rangers runners at first and third and 1 out, and here comes Adrian Beltre.
Yeah, got good speed at second base, but there wasn't much that Gary Pettis could do. The ball was hit so hard, hanging curveball, that Mesa got to it before Ian was ever at third base. Haven't seen Mesa play very much, obviously, but looks like he has a pretty decent throwing arm. Came up and made a good, strong, accurate throw to the cutoff man. And with Adrian Beltre coming up next, you don't want to take a chance on having a man thrown out at the plate for the second out. Give Adrian a chance to drive him in.
Here is Adrian hitting at .312, 22 home runs, 58 RBI. He has had good success against Pettit in the past. You saw that .313 average. 1 ball, no strikes. Beltre, among the 5 hits that he's had against Pettit, 2 of them have gone for extra bases, a pair of doubles. Skies this one to shallow center field. Mesa coming on, so is Gardner. Mesa making the call on the catch, and everybody's staying put. That ball just in shallow left center field. No chance for Ian Kinsler to tag. So it's going to take a 2-out hit now if the Rangers are to score.
Well, the Rangers had a chance early in the game last night. Similar situation, and couldn't get that run in with a man on third and 1 out. Had a leadoff double a couple of times early in the game. Turned out to be a close game. That type of a play early in the game can come back to nip you if you can't get the run in. One of those that Adrian had a good swing at, had a good pitch to hit, just popped it up, just got underneath it a little bit.
Now here's Pierzynski hitting at .280 with 9 home runs and 34 driven in. Somebody asked him about the success, as those numbers would tell you, against Andy Pettit. He said, I don't have any idea. There's no reason for something like that. Said I think he's an extremely tough pitcher, and just had 9 hits and 25 at bats. 9 things have fallen in for me against him. Takes a strike here. It's 0-1. You ask most guys, or many guys, that, and they'll come up with all kinds of analytic answers for you. And on Tuesdays I really do well against them and things like that. And AJ said, I don't have any idea. just one of those things in baseball. Line drive, base hit right
there it is again.
We got lucky one more time. Cruz on to third. He will stop there. In to score is Kinsler. And A.J. Pierzynski, a big 2-out knock, puts the Rangers on top 1-0.
Left-hand hitters are only hitting .208 against Pettit. And who knows what the reason is. Sometimes you just see a guy well. Other guys don't, but you do. In 29 random at-bats spread out over a long period of time, maybe he's just gotten good pitches to hit. Pettit's not made the same pitches to him that he's made to other left-hand hitters. There's a fastball down and out over the plate, kind of where A.J. likes the ball, get his arms extended a little bit. Pettit, maybe he's trying to get the ball in, didn't get it there. A.J. made him pay for it.
I think the important thing that I took from that, Tom, about what A.J. said is he really doesn't care why. He accepts it the way it is. He's having good luck against him, so be it. Jeff Baker takes strike 1. Rangers again, runners at first and third. Cruz at third. Pierzynski at first. Baker, a .326 hitter, is at the plate and takes a changeup high and outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Baker, 9 home runs, 16 RBI in 39 ball games this year. Bennett, a check of first, and a ground ball to short. Nunez will go the short way for the force. Krasinski out at second. The Rangers out in the first, but they scored a run on 3 hits. And Strand 2 will go to the second. Rangers 1, Yankees nothing. And right now, let's welcome in Jim Knox to the show. Jim?
I appreciate it, Buzz. Another great crowd here to watch the Rangers hopefully get a win over those Yankees tonight. Community Corner this evening, we're talking about a donation of just $25 can help a child play in the RBI program, and $50 can help buy equipment for the Just Keep Living programs. You can impact thousands of kids. To make a donation and learn more about the foundation, log on to TexasRangers.com/foundation. Buzz?
All right, Jim, thank you. Matt Garza back to the hill, and he will face Eduardo Nunez to start things off. Rangers a run on 3 hits in their half of the first inning. The Yankees had 2 in the top of the first, but Garza able to work around the back-to-back leadoff singles. Nunez, a .242 hitter with 9 RBI, no home runs. Had the big game-tying triple in the 9th inning last night off of Joe Nathan. There was an aura of shock going around Rangers ballpark last night when that happened.
Yeah, I drove home in shock. I have to admit it.
Nunez pops it up. Kinsler angling toward the line, and he will call and make the catch just before stepping into foul territory. So Nunez out on the pop-up, and Brent Lillibridge will be next.
Notice anything different about that catch?
Was with 2 hands up above his head.
Yeah, a lot of times Ian in the past would go after that same ball and catch it right about waist high, a basket catch. That time he had his hands up above his head. Must have been working with Ron Washington.
Yeah, you might have gotten tired of having Ron
Dave Anderson
about it.
Well, the bottom line is to catch it.
Right.
And I think most people feel like you got a better chance to catch it that way.
Lillibridge takes outside for ball 1. Lillibridge last night, as you see his numbers from AAA before being called up, had the go-ahead RBI, the game-winning hit for the Yankees in that 9th inning. He drove home Eduardo Nunez right after Nunez a triple. 2-0 the count. Garza to the wind. The right-hander deals right down the middle. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And Matt began the season on the disabled list. He had a lat strain Oh, he's missed a good portion of the season. He's only thrown 71 innings. Normally, he'd probably be around 120 innings right now, maybe a little bit more than that.
And the next pitch is skied to center field. Moving back a few steps. Craig Gentry camps under it. That's out number 2. So Lillibridge, fly ball to center. And with the bases empty, Melky Mesa will come to the plate. And one thing you will see about Garza, for the most part, he's a fly ball pitcher. More fly balls than ground balls. Pretty good strikeout pitcher. When he has his stuff going, he'll average around 8 per 9 innings or so. Very, very good competitor, boy. He'll go at you all morning and all afternoon. First pitch inside, the appeal down to first, and Vic Carapaz's no swing. 1-0 the count. Melky Mesa 1 out of 4 in last night's ball game. Rip and a miss. Count evens at 1-1.
A pretty good swing if it was a fastball, which he thought it was going to be. Hard slider instead.
Garza back to the plate and drops the big hook in. That's a pitch he won't throw an awful lot, but when he does, boy, it just freezes guys at home plate. 1-2. Tried to go up the ladder a little bit with him, and Mesa would have none of that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Garza reading the signs from Soto. Now the 2-2 pitch. We'll try it again. Mentioned that Matt Garza, originally a property of the Minnesota Twins. He was their first-round draft selection back in the 05 draft. Minnesota signed him. He came up to the big leagues for the first time the next year, 2006. Then was dealt to Tampa Bay prior to the 2008 season. Spent 3 years with the Rays before heading off to Chicago. Another 2-2. Got him swinging. Good slider there, and Garza has 3 strikeouts through the first 2 innings. He's retired 6 straight. After 1.5, Rangers 1, Yankees nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. And we'd like to find out from you, do you think the Rangers will make another trade before the July 31st deadline? Go to Twitter, and if you think they will, then give us hashtag FSDeal. And if you don't think they will, it's hashtag FSNoDeal. And we will tabulate the results, get them back to you before the ball game is over. Bottom third of the Ranger order facing Andy Pettit. Mitch Moreland, who had a big home run last night. It looked like for all the world to be a game winner for the Rangers in that 6th inning, a 4-run sixth, capped off by Mitch's 2-run bomb. But Yankees came back, and to their credit, were able to capture a 9th inning comeback victory. Mitch at 257, as you can see, 14 home runs now, 40 RBI. Check swing, breaking ball is just off the outside corner, and it's 2-1. Pettit into the line. Another off-speed pitch, and Mitch now has a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Moreland, since coming back off the disabled list, and that's those 27 games we're talking about, just a 189 average. We mentioned last night that home run that he had only the second since he's come back. Chopper foul outside first. We'll come back and try it on another 2-2 pitch. Moreland 1 for 5 against Pettit. Mitch had gone through a little dry spell. He had just crushed left-handed pitching for about a 2.5-month span and gotten into an 0 for 13. That home run last night snapped that 0 for 13. And we'll AT&T Uverse reverse replay from last night against Boone Logan. That horrible sound if you're a pitcher. Sound of liftoff. And Moreland to dead center field. That put the Rangers ahead 4-3 at the time. Payoff pitch is squirted foul in the air over the Yankee dugout. We'll try it again. So Moreland trying to get things started here in the second. He's leading off. He'll be followed in the batting order by Giovanni Soto. Pettit with another payoff pitch. And another chop foul. Mitch hanging tough in there. Tom told you that Pettit very stingy about left-handed hitters getting hits off him. So Mitch is having to battle the wily veteran. Moreland back in. Pettit studying the signs. Again the 3-2. Got him swinging.
That's one thing Pettit has always been able to do in any count is throw the breaking ball. And when he throws it to a left-hand hitter, it just seems like it's a huge breaking ball that starts behind you and just keeps on going toward the outside part of the plate.
Our Ford leaderboard tonight deals with that particular outcome. The active strikeout leaders. Andy Pettit topping them all. CC Sabathia, Roy Halladay, A.J. Burnett, and Ryan Dempster, all in the 2,000 strikeout club. First pitch to Giovanni Soto is a knee-high strike. 0-1. Off-speed tried the back door, and it was not open for Pettit's pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Soto hitting just 189, but he has had some big hits for the Rangers. Drove in a huge run the other night in that 3-0 Ranger win against the Yankees. 1 for 3 in that ball game with that double. Pettit's 1-2 pitch. Giovanni almost lost both hands off that bat. One hand came off, and trying to get a little more stick him on his gloves. Another 1-2 pitch from Pettit. And another foul ball. Soto had 3 of his last 4 hits go for extra bases. Matter of fact, 6 of his last 11 are for extra bases also. 4 home runs and 2 doubles. Had a good rip there and fouled it straight back. Pettit okays that side. And just missed off the outside corner. 2-2.
And Pettit still has plenty of fastball at age 41. Still 89 to 91. I guess in his heyday it was what? They got up to 93.
93, yeah.
A little bit harder, but so if he makes his pitches, he's perfectly capable of doing that. Get 2 strikeouts in a row.
Like that cutter that he got in on Giovanni Soto, who thought it was going to break inside more.
In his career, he's about a 500 pitcher against the Rangers with an ERA over 5. He's had a lot of really good starts, and he's had some where the Rangers have knocked him around a little bit. Given up at least 4 runs in his last 7 starts. A couple of times there was an unearned run involved.
First pitch to Craig Gentry is a strike over the outer edge. Gentry at 228, a home run and 10 driven in. Spent about 3.5 weeks on the disabled list with that fracture of his left hand. Chops this one to third. Littlebridge right there. Across the diamond, and that'll do it. So the Rangers out in order, a couple of strikeouts and a ground ball. We'll go to the third in Arlington. Rangers 1, Yankees nothing. Fox Sports Southwest. Join millions of fans and subscribe today. You can watch every out-of-market game live online on your favorite mobile and connected devices, and it all comes in HD quality with MLB.TV Premium. Visit MLB.TV today. That's MLB.TV. Baseball everywhere. Now Matt Garza having that 1-0 lead going out there to the top of the third inning. He's retired the last 6 Yankees that he has faced, and Chris Stewart, the number 9 man, will lead things off against Garza. Stewart did not start last night's ball game, came on as a pinch hitter late in the game, and he takes strike 1 to start off the third inning here. .236, 3 home runs, 15 driven in for Chris Stewart. Garza gets the inside corner with strike 2. Stewart in a bit of a downturn offensively. It's been a struggle for him lately. Just 2 for his last 23. Chopper slowly hit to short. Tough play for Elvis, and a hop that came up just past belt high, and he's able to release it in a hurry to get Chris Stewart.
Yeah, it looked like a simple play off the bat, a little jam shot roller, but took a little hop. Elvis really couldn't wait back on it because it was hit so slowly, and he charged it and got that hop, which was pretty tricky to handle, and then he had to unload. to get Stewart running to first base. So a little bit trickier play than it would have looked like coming off the bat.
No substitute for good hands.
No, that's for sure.
Now back to the top of the Yankee order, and it will be Brett Gardner who looped a single to right field. Yes, he led things off here tonight. He takes a knee-high strike, shaking his head as he backs out. It's 0-1.
Well, that's not a strike. That's not a strike. One thing that we've seen from Lance Barkdale, that is a strike.
Yeah.
All day long.
That and about half a ball lower than that too at times. Big breaking ball that evens the count. It is 1-1.
And it is a strike too. It's not like he's calling a ball a strike. That is a strike.
Gardner having a pretty good road trip. This is the second of 2 stops for the Yankees. Pitch high. Lost 2 out of 3 against the Red Sox over the weekend. Now they're in here for 4 games before heading back to Yankee Stadium. Joe Girardi's team is set by as many injuries as the Rangers have been. Different parts of the ball club. It's just off the outside corner, and it's 3-1 to Gardner. While the Rangers' primary areas of injury have been the pitching staff, the Yankees have been just the opposite. The position players have gone down in bunches. Gardner swings and lofts a high fly ball to right center field. Plenty of time for Nelly Cruz to come in. And makes the catch for out number 2. Well, it's time for a Mazda game break. Here's John Radigan. John?
Right fielder Ichiro Suzuki.
All right, John, thank you.
He's got two two-run homers in that series late in the game to win 2 one-run games.
Ichiro backing out as he takes that slow breaking ball for strike 1.
And in the other game, the Astros beat Grant Balfour, which hasn't happened in about a year.
Yeah, what did he have, 44 straight or something like that?
Yeah,
going
so
back to last year.
He's snuck a couple late, and the Astros won an unlikely one.
Fastball, and the check swing, it's a bit low. A ball and a strike to Ichiro, who had a solid base hit to center field in the first inning. Garza with his 41st pitch of the night, and it is low. 2 balls and a strike. Suzuki, it seems like, as always, 381 the average this year against the Rangers. And it seems like, for the most part, he has been a thorn in the side of the Rangers ever since he came into the big leagues 11 years ago.
Well, one of the reasons it seems that way, Buzz, is with Seattle, you play them 19 times a year. It seemed like every time you turn around, you're playing Seattle, and every time you turn around, Ichiro's blooping one into the outfield, beating out a roller, stealing a base, making a catch, making a throw. He does so many things to beat you that
he does.
It's not just with the bat.
And I could have sworn there were some games where he hit first and third. Pokes this one out to short. Elvis gobbles it up, unleashes the throw, and that'll do it. So Matt Garza has retired the last 9 Yankees that he has faced. Middle of the 3rd inning, and the Rangers won, the Yankees nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. your Texas Ford dealer. Don't miss the Ford Summer Spectacular featuring blockbuster deals. Now playing at your best in Texas Ford dealer. And by Jack in the Box. Now's your chance to go big with Jack's Big Stack Burger. Ian Kinsler leading off the Ranger third inning. Rangers on top 1-0. Kinsler has scored that run. That was back in the first. He led off with a single and came home on a 2-out RBI single by A.J. Brzezinski. This ball hit pretty well to left, but playable as Mesa dropped back near the warning track to haul it in. And that is out number 1. Well, Ian makes a right turn at first. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He'll bring up Elvis Andrus. Elvis had a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. First one down toward first. Kinsler on first. Took a good play by Andy Pettit and Robinson Cano to get him. 246 the average for Andrus. And as we mentioned, you back up in the number 2 slot. See if the way he's been swinging the bat lately would indicate he's about ready to break out, or hopefully break out. And that would be nice to have a hot Elvis in that 2 slot.
He's unusual to have that big a gap in right center field when both guys are shading that way, but Ichiro is so close to the line, hits one over second base, he can get a double for sure.
1-1 pitch coming from Pettit. 1-2.
Thought he'd hit one the other night, but Gardner ran it down with a beautiful diving catch right near the warning track. We're talking about Elvis needs to drive the ball to keep the outfielders from playing so shallow. But Gardner's not that shallow now. He's playing normal position out there.
Pettit back to Andrus. And misses inside. And the count evens at 2-2. Pettit, as always, working quickly. And Elvis fouls it off to the right. Elvis 6 out of his last 18. That would cover the last 5 games plus his 1 at bat here. But it's been pretty much a seesaw ride for Andrus all season long. Last 27 games, he's hit 270. And banged up the middle right off the mound and into center field, a base hit. Elvis had turned it first and will hang on as Gardner gets the ball back in. So that's good to see. Elvis in a rifle shot right through the box. So Elvis at first, 1 away.
Good job. Ball was in on him. Kept his hands in. Got the good part of the bat on it. Elvis always a threat to go. Pettit's always a threat to pick you off, too.
Yeah,
he's got a good pickoff move.
For the last 10 or 12 years, I think he's been recognized as the guy that's the toughest for a runner at first to read very well. Very subtle moves, but every pitch that Pettit throws from the stretch looks alike to a runner at first. Guys say that he doesn't do anything different at all. And it's, by the time you realize whether it's a move to first or a move home, it's too late. Shot foul down the right side. Like Nelly hit a little shank down there. I've seen that before. Almost got it in.
He hit that a little harder than my shanks go.
But you got to take a full swing.
Yeah. That's a bad feeling.
Oh, tell me about it. Yep. That's a shank.
His didn't go in the woods.
Well, that's true.
I saw Steve Stricker do it coming down the stretch with a chance to win a tournament a couple of weeks ago.
One and one the count to Nelson Cruz. And Pettit just missing off the outside edge. 2-1. Nelly a single, his first time up there. Cruz has not had a real good homestand, just 4 out of 18. But that's comparative too, because he's better than 300 hitter in his last 19 games. Chopper out towards second. Cano go to second for 1. The return to first not in time. Cano had to back up to get a hop to start that, and by then it was too late to turn them over.
While we're waiting for Adrian to come up, we got a couple of birthdays to mention. Ernest Henderson from Itasca is 83 years old. Ernest was in the Navy during the Korean War. Happy birthday and thanks for your service. Another look at the force out. Sue Stanford is 84 years old. She's from Cleburne. Joyce George from Lake Merval in Carthage is 92 years old today. And Rena McConnell, 84 years old today. Kenneth St. Peters from Dallas, 94 years old today. He and his wife Josephine been married 70 years, never miss a ball game. Happy birthday, Kenneth.
1-0 the count to Beltray. Now 1-1.
And last one, Maurice and Charlene McLeod, enjoying their 57th wedding anniversary today. Hope you celebrate it with a Ranger win tonight.
Yeah, you got Nelly Cruz here at first base with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Rangers leading 1-0. And Beltray shoots one down the line, foul. Oh, third base umpire Kerwin Danley trying to get out of the way before he made the sign, and boy, from our angle it looked like that ball was right on the line, but Danley had a much better look at it than we did.
Well, we talked last night about how many balls the Rangers have hit like this that have gone foul.
Yeah, that's close. That is close.
I don't know if it's fair or foul. That's how close that was.
Pettit nods in agreement, comes set. The 1-2 pitch coming to Adrian Beltray. Hit in the air to right field. Going back is Suzuki. This ball not carrying very well. Ichiro at the last second had to reach up over his head to make the grab. And that'll do it. The Rangers get a hit and strand a runner. We finished 3 in Arlington. It's the Rangers 1, the Yankees nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. $50% in select seating areas for most Tuesday home games. And that includes the July 30th game. Rangers play host to the Angels on Reliant Reusable Bag Night. Get your half-price tickets, your Tuesday tickets, today at TexasRangers.com/specials. So the Yankees coming to bat in inning number 4. Rangers maintaining that 1-0 lead. Matt Garza has retired the last 9 Yankees that he has faced, and Robinson Cano will start off the 4th. It'll be Cano, Overbay, and Wells. Cano One of the biggest outs of the game for Matt Garza so far. He came up with runners at first and second and nobody out in the first inning. And Garza rang up his first strikeout.
Yeah, probably the best pitch he's thrown all night, too. That 93-mile-an-hour fastball had great movement on it. Be able to package that one up and throw it every time. Never give up a hit.
Yeah, that'd take all the fun out of it.
Yeah, be boring.
Yeah. Boring's not a bad thing. We're talking about that. So Cano at 299 now with the average. He is 12 for his last 36. And a rip and a miss. Good slider. Nothing in two.
Great shot of Soto slapping his glove near the ground, emphasizing to Garza that he wanted him to make sure he got that breaking ball down. Garza threw it exactly where Soto put his target.
So, and one thing we know about Matt Garza for sure now is that he follows instructions very well. 0-2 pitch, got him on the fist, and strong enough, Robinson Cano just shovels it the other way through the shortstop hole. And that is a leadoff base hit. It snaps a string of 9 straight. Retired. Gets Cano aboard at first. He's the tying run, and Lyle Overbay coming up.
Well, last night, Cano hit a ball up the middle, and the shift turned it into an out. That time, the shift turns a ground ball to shortstop into a base hit. Soto wanted that pitch in. Garza threw it in. He jammed him. He was able to roll it barely through the infield.
A 1 on, nobody out. Overbay, like Cano the first time up, a strikeout victim. 252 the average for the Yankee first baseman. And 0-1 the count. Garza with 47 pitches, 32 strikes, 15 balls. Right-hander nods in agreement, comes set. Line drive at the shortstop, Elvis Andrews, who was shaded up the middle.
Well, they've had one that was hit hard enough to be a base hit and one that wasn't, so one guy's on first and one guy's not. Oh, a pretty good rope, though. Elvis's glove wasn't broken in before that. It is now.
It is now, isn't it? That didn't have a whole lot of hump in that line drive.
That was hit so hard, Cano didn't have a chance to get off first base.
Well, here's Vernon Wells, who grounded out to Beltre in the first inning. And Vernon going after that high fastball and couldn't quite catch up with it. Wells 1 for 3 in last night's ball game. Scored a couple of runs, and a double, and also a walk. Remember, Vernon came over from the Angels in the last few days of spring training deal. Got off to a great start. He was one of the main reasons the Yankees flew out of the gate the first month of the season. And Vernon kind of cooled off a little bit. He's turned things around lately. As Joe Girardi has said, it's great to see Vernon swinging the bat well again. We need him in the lineup. Fouls that next pitch off. No balls, 2 strikes. And I would think guys like Wells and Cano, the veterans in the lineup, that you start counting on them more and more on a daily basis. And yeah, that's putting an awful lot of a burden on them. But with all the other injuries, pretty tough not to feel that way. Garza ready. 0-2 the count to Wells. And another pop foul straight behind home plate. Vernon spent the first 12 years of his career with the Toronto Blue Jays and went out to the Angels for a couple of years. 2011 and 12, and of course moved over to the Yankees this spring. Chopper foul. And the count remains 0-2. Matt Garza trying to work around a leadoff Robinson Cano single. Cano anchored at first base with one out. Driving him back with the throw, Garza. That's Cano be aware that he hadn't forgotten about him. Garza, a belt high set, and the pitch fouled away. A short defensive stroke by Vernon Wells. Outfield playing pretty deep and around to the left against Wells. Way off the line and right, as you can see. Nelly Cruz a good 100 feet off that foul line. Pulled hard but foul outside third. Now Wells being a little bit of a pest, and Garza continuing to throw strikes. 11 pitches this inning, they've all been strikes. Maybe they wouldn't have been called strikes, but they've been fouled off. But they weren't in the zone technically. Now Wells asked for time. He's not quite ready as Garza is starting into the stretch motion. Garza says, yep, that's what we're going to do. Another 0-2. Called strike three. Fastball, or I should say a slider on the inside corner. And Vernon Wells got caught window shopping.
He wasn't too happy with the call. Matt Garza was pretty happy with the call. Let's take a look at it. Like a strike to me. That's one that Lance Barksdale tends to call. Hitters don't like it, but based on the pitch tracks, that's the lower part of the strike zone. Very consistent with that call. Several times we've seen him behind the plate.
So two gone. Garza now with 4 strikeouts tonight. Eduardo Nunez, the hitter, popped out to second his first time up there. Cano remains the runner at first. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Nunez, a .240 hitter as he faces Garza. To center field, right at Craig Gentry, who now has to back up several steps, but makes the catch, and that will do it. So Cano leads off with a single and advances no further. One stranded for the Yankees after 3.5. Rangers 1, Yankees nothing. 1983, 30 years ago, Yankees and Royals played the famous Pine Tar game. That was the last American League game that was played under protest, and the protest was not held. Went back and finished that game, and here is George Brett hitting the home run off Goose Gossage. That put the Royals ahead at that time, and Billy Martin came out. Tim McClellan was the home plate umpire. Here comes George. Joe Simpson, who was on that team with George Brett, who became a broadcaster down in Atlanta, said he had not seen eyes like that, the size of George Brett's, since Charlie Manson was in vogue back in the late 1960s.
Yeah, George is lucky he didn't get to the umpire. No telling what he would have done.
Yeah.
If he hit him on the dead run like that, it would have been pretty long suspension, you got to think.
I want to remind you that Cold Hard Fact brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Yeah, George was in full stride going to the umpire.
Who was that, Joe Brinkman that grabbed him?
Yeah, I think it was.
Well, every time you go back and you watch clips from a game back then, the first thing that hits you is players just weren't as big back then as they are now.
To left field, Elkie Mesa handles that, and Pierzynski is out. One away for Jeff Baker.
Outfielder Jeff Baker.
Yeah, it does look kind of funny, doesn't it?
I don't know if it's the uniforms. It's probably their actual weight. They're just not as big as they are nowadays. Yeah. I guess that's true in all sports. Guys get bigger, guys get stronger. It's natural.
Jeff Baker 0 for 1, grounded into a fielder's choice back in the first. Fouls that off to the right, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, I can remember growing up, and Big Daddy Lipscomb, I think, in football was the first 300-pound lineman.
Was he?
And he was huge compared to everybody else. And now you got linebackers that are almost 300 pounds.
Heck, at any 5A high school in Texas, they probably got 2 or 3
yeah.
300-pound linemen.
Baker drive to left. Mesa going back at the track, leaps up and makes the catch. A fine play by the young man. He got turned around a little bit and still was able to make the play and take extra bases away from Baker.
Yeah, he really wasn't where the ball was. He had to kind of shuffle his feet back towards center field to get in position to catch it. But he made a nice adjustment right at the end and was able to catch it. It's over. It's to his right now, and you can see him kind of going back towards center field just enough to make the catch. Nice play.
Well, that is out number 2, and now Mitch Moreland comes up with the bases empty. Headed to the wind, the 1-0 pitch. Pulled on the ground to Cano, the second baseman up with it. A little sidearm flip, and that'll do it. Rangers out in order, and we have finished 4 innings in Arlington. It's the Rangers 1, the Yankees nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. Fox Sports Southwest for Chevy Hometown Kids. It's not about the score, it's about the experience. As long as the popcorn and stuff holds out, those kids are having a good experience out here tonight.
Hey, when popcorn's gone, they're moving on to something else. Might not be the boomstick, but they're probably negotiating for some cotton candy right about now.
That'd be good. You get a little ice cream thrown in there.
Sure.
Warm night like this would be perfect.
Oh, they've all got their glove. They're ready to go. Make sure you have it on, though. You never know when that ball's going to come. There you go.
Matt Garza getting set to work the top of the fifth inning. It'll be the bottom third of the Yankee order. Brent Lillibridge to start things off, followed by Milky Mesa and Chris Stewart. Garza has allowed 3 singles to the Yankees, 2 in the first and 1 in the fourth. Lillibridge, a fly ball to center, his only time up there. And the first pitch is fouled straight back. 0-1. Lillibridge acquired by the Yankees from the Cubs. He had not been having a lot of playing time with Chicago. The Yankees brought him over with all their injuries. I think the Yankees are making trades all over the place. You know, they got 3/4 of their infield on the disabled list. Jeter, Rodriguez, and Teixeira. On comes Gentry and he makes the catch shoulder high.
Well, you know, the other thing is Jason Nix is on the disabled list, and he was playing pretty good for him. And he was their backup, getting a chance to play at a home run off Yu Darvish in Yankee Stadium. He's on the disabled list too.
Granderson still on the DL. Jeter, of course, and Alex. Boy, it has been a mess for the Yankees. But as Ron Washington says, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. You've got to go out and play the schedule. Yep. Mesa takes the first pitch high and away for ball 1. Milky Mesa down on strikes. Back in the second inning. Garza tonight has not walked anybody. He has struck out 4. 29-year-old right-hander in his first outing in a Texas Ranger uniform. No stranger, however, to Rangers ballpark in Arlington. A swing and a miss. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Garza 2-3 over 5 career starts during the regular season at Rangers ballpark. Jammed Mesa in a chopper to short. Elvis going on the run. That's out number 2. Now Chris Stewart coming out. And before Stewart gets in, let's send it down to the field where Rick Renner is standing by. Rick?
Hey, Buzz, there's going to be an influx of all kinds of Rangers pitchers as we go along in this season. Colby Lewis, of course, doing a lot better, and Matt Harrison. Now, he threw a 60-pitch bullpen session on Monday. Today was his first live batting practice. And if you think about it, with Alexi Ogando and Yu Darvish, Colby and Harrison, the Rangers could have 7 quality starters. And as you always say, Buzz, you can never have enough.
I'm not sure I'm talking about starters when I say that, Rick, but it might be food.
Well, I got a couple of concession stands here. We're just waiting for you to come by.
Get that boomstick going. It's to Chris Stewart. He takes a breaking ball that nibbles at the outside corner. It's 0-2.
Well, Matt is just pounding the strike zone.
Yes,
47 strikes and only 18 balls tonight.
Yes, he is. And this is vintage Matt Garza. I mean, this is what the Cubs and what the Tampa Bay and what Minnesota saw very often out of Garza.
He popped that one at 95 miles an hour, so he's got a little in the tank when he reaches back for some extra.
1-2 the count to Stewart. Stewart, a ground ball to short. His first time. Plays off that breaking ball to even things up at 2-2. Garza also had a very impressive outing here in the 2010 Division Series against the Rangers. 6 innings and held the Rangers to just 1 earned run in that ball game. And staved off elimination for the Rays, temporarily anyway. Garza says okay, goes to the line. 2-2 pitch. And the appeal down to first on the check swing, and Vic Carapazza said nope. And the count has gone full. So Stewart, the number 9 man, trying to get aboard to prolong this 5th inning. If he does, Brett Gardner is waiting to bat next. Garza with a payoff pitch. Called strike 3. A slider that came in the front door, and very much like Vernon Wells, Chris Stewart caught admiring that Garza offering. Halfway through the ballgame, Rangers 1, Yankees nothing. Fox Sports Southwest. In town for that day. You can get a $38 ticket meal for all you can eat seats and sit in the upper for a home run porch grill. That's the air-conditioned spot up there above the home run porch. Get your tickets today by visiting TexasRangers.com and entering Fox Sports as the coupon code. Bottom of the 5th inning. Giovanni Soto starting things off. Joining us in the booth now, a half an inning after his normal time, but things kind of got jumbled up tonight. Mark McLemore, Rangers co-host of the pre- and post-game show for Rangers Live. And Giovanni Soto pops a fastball in his center. A leadoff single for Soto. Thanks for coming in and joining us, Matt.
You're welcome. Good to be here. Especially, looks like I got here right on time to start a rally.
Yeah, you did. You did. And we were waiting for that. That was the important thing.
I know.
You got to know who to turn to for guidance in these things. You go to the seasoned veteran, and Mark McLemore will take care of things for us. Craig Gentry now. We'll see if Ron Washington asks Gentry to try and lay down a sacrifice, although with Soto at first, not great wheels, it might not be a great time to do it. He's going to show bunt, pull the bat back anyway. It's strike 1. Gentry, a ground ball to third, his first time up. Mac, your impression so far of Matt Garza?
I definitely like what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
He's going out. He's commanding the strike zone. You know, the first inning got off a little shaky. Obviously, left some pitches up in the zone. You know, maybe a case of being overamped.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say a case of nerves because he's been there, done that. Just probably a little overamped, wanting to do a little bit too much. But since then, he's settled down and he's just commanded the strike zone. So I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I get the impression anyway, watching him, that he pitches with a little bit of an edge. And a little bit of nastiness, if you will, from time to time. And it seems like that's something the Rangers could benefit from.
I think he pitches with a lot of nastiness. I love it. I love that. I love that guy that goes out there with an attitude.
Yeah.
He's got a chip on his shoulder when he's out there pitching. He doesn't mind hitting a guy. I like that. As a teammate, obviously, I didn't like it when guys did it to me. But as a teammate, I want that guy to go out there and want to pitch. And he's going to do whatever he has to do, obviously, within the rules to win a ball game.
To third, Lillibridge to second for one. Cano not in time to get the speedy Craig Gentry on the back end. And let's go to John Radigan for a Mazda game break, John. All right, John, thank you. Jared Weaver coming back for the Angels and really throwing well.
Yeah, he's a guy they're going to need if they're going to make any kind of move in the second half. They definitely need him.
Toss to first. Gentry, of course, with a very good speed over there, and he draws the attention of Andy Pettit. Kinsler 1 for 2, scored the only run of the game so far. That was after a leadoff single in the first. A.J. Pierzynski drove him home with a 2-out base hit, and he takes a strike here, again with a count of 0-1. Jens with 4 doubles in his last 5 ball games. One of those doubles right here would probably pick up Craig Gentry from first. Outside, the changeup missed. 1-1, the count to Kinsler. Now, we're talking about Garza, about the edginess that he pitches with. I know the game's changed a lot. Guys' approach to the game has changed a lot. It doesn't seem like there are many guys that do that anymore and are effective with it. The guys that pitch with an edge now are the ones that are getting their ears pinned back, it seems like, and they're mad. They're just not happy to be out there. But Garza's kind of a throwback from the standpoint of, here's what I got, guys. Let me see what you can do with it.
Yeah, there just aren't many guys like that anymore, and I don't understand. I don't know why. He is a throwback. I like that. I love to see that kind of guy, out there. It puts me in the mind. Will Clark. Will Clark was that way.
Right.
Just not a nasty player, just intense. That intensity, between the lines. When you're on the field, it's all business. I'm going out there. I'm trying to beat your brains into the ground. I want to win. I'm going to do what I have to do in order to beat you. And and I'm not saying the guys today don't want to win and they're not trying to do everything they can to beat you, but it's just a little bit different.
Yeah.
There's one where Gentry guessed right. he was gone as soon as Pettit lifted his foot up, and he could have gone in standing up.
That is surprised Stewart didn't throw it to third to cut him off over there.
Watch the jump he gets. Pettit delivered to the plate that time. Gentry picked the right time to go.
And you got it right. That's not a read. That is I'm going on first movement because Andy Pettit's got the best left-handed move in the game.
Right.
So it's very difficult to sit there and read and wait. You just can't do that with Andy Pettit.
Now, I've heard guys saying, and you can probably address that, and I mentioned before, Mac, that guys will tell you that at first base, trying to read his move is impossible because every single pitch looks identical until he either goes home or he makes a throw to first. But everything up until he reaches the ball is that way.
Well, he really reads the runner, and that's how he picks so many guys off. He'll pick guys off that aren't even stealing.
Yeah,
guys will take their secondary, and he's coming over to first base.
Did you ever get picked off when you weren't stealing?
By him.
By him?
Yes.
So when you say guys will get picked off, you're talking about Mark McLemore got picked off?
Could have said we get picked off.
Unfortunately, more than once. So.
Why they call you the doctor of defense, not the doctor of base running.
That's okay. Right.
Oh, yeah, he was a tough one. Now, I guessed right on him a couple of times.
2-2 pitch, low and outside. The count has gone full now to Kinsler. So Ian hitting in that leadoff spot, trying to get aboard. Elvis Andrews, the Rangers shortstop, is waiting to be next. But that, when a guy has a move like that, it is tough to get a read on. There's nothing that you can pick out, is there?
There's really not. And, you know, when I think about it, the couple of stolen bases that I might have had off of him, I might have been on the tail end of it. Ichiro was in front of me, so.
Well, Kinsler skies to center for the second out, on to third after tagging up Craig Gentry. He's now 90 feet away, and Elvis Andrews will be the hitter.
Elvis had a big 2-out hit last night to drive in the second run. You can get one big 2-out hit right here to drive in the second run. Rangers were down 3-0 last night at the time.
You know, and Tom, you go back to last night too with Elvis, those hits that he had, and you mentioned after his second at bat in the fourth inning, flying out to center field, a shallow fly ball to right center, that he was going to have to start driving the ball, or he'd have a better chance if he'd drive the ball to the gap every once in a while. The next time he comes up and hits that line drive to right field, hit it hard.
Yeah, that wasn't a soft line drive. That was a rope.
And then he hit that line drive to right center that Gardner went forever for to make a great catch. But
yeah, he did exactly what you hoped he would do. Try to drive the ball into the gap over the outfielder's head, and Gardner just ran it down.
And the first single he had tonight hit a rope back up the middle.
Yeah.
So, you know, he started to hit the ball with more authority, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I think Gardner probably plays him a little deeper in center field than a lot of center fielders do.
1-1 pitch. Got him on the fist and a roller to short. Nunez triggers the throw, and that'll do it. Well, the Rangers get a base hit, but strand a runner. We have finished 5 in Arlington. It remains the Rangers 1, the Yankees nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. Is brought to you by the all-new Mazda 6. When you change everything, you change everything. The Yankees coming to bat here in the top of the 6th inning. Let's go over to the Rangers live desk and visit with John Radigan. John?
Game on August the 20th, because we're doing another, for lack of a better word, another telethon.
Yeah, it's the third year that we've done it. First year for Shannon Stone, last year for the wounded warriors, and this year for our friends that have been impacted by the tornadoes in Oklahoma and North Texas. We're really excited about this and looking for another great event and a lot of great opportunities for fans to bid on experiences.
Yeah, I've been honored to host both of the other ones, and we did the one for Shannon Stone, and I thought, boy, I don't know, that's a tough act to follow. I don't know if we're going to raise any more money. We almost doubled the money from the first year to the second year because the Wounded Warriors was such a great project. Now we got tornadoes. That's impacted so many people.
Yeah, and it's such a great way for us and the Texas Ranger Baseball Foundation to give back to the communities. We know we have fans out there that would love to be coming to the games but can't now because of some of the things that have happened to them. So this is a small way that we can give back, and I think, again, that our fan base has proven over the last couple of years that they really rise to the occasion for these events and give generously to these situations. So we're excited about some of the experiences that we're going to get and how we're going to help raise money for these opportunities.
Yeah, and I know they're not all in yet, so we can't say exactly what we're giving away, but virtually every team that we're associated with gives us a great package, including going all the way up to Oklahoma City with the Thunder, the Cowboys, the Rangers, the Stars, the Mavericks, the teams, San Antonio Spurs. All the teams really give us good packages to let the fans bid on, don't they, John?
And we have the Cowboys and the Texans and in the Big 12 and Texas-Oklahoma weekend. Those types of things are all part of the mix. I mean, there's some great experiences in here, and we're gathering them now, and it's just amazing that how well our teams support these initiatives, too.
So the onus now on the fans, Buzz and Tom. We almost doubled the proceeds a year ago. We're going to try to do that again this year because there are some victims who are still suffering out there in North Texas and Oklahoma after those horrendous tornadoes. We thank John Heike, and we get it back to you guys.
All right, John, thank you very much. Very worthy cause to shoot for, and certainly the goal has been set, and we'd love to surpass what we've done the last couple of years with this year's function. So look forward to that. Brett Gardner leading things off here in the top of the sixth inning, and Garza misses high and tight. The count runs to 2 balls and no strikes. Gardner 1 for 2. Had a single in the first inning, advanced as far as third in that frame, but was stranded there. Garza back to the plate. Fires a strike. Gardner, a .279 hitter. Matt Garza, pumping in strike after strike. 49 strikes out of his 72 pitches so far.
Well, the one thing you hope is pretty obvious, Buzz, when Garza comes in to replace one of the younger pitchers, is that he goes a couple of more innings every time he starts than the young guys were going. Generally they were going about 5 innings, very seldom 6 innings, and I think most times Garza is going to go 7 innings, and hopefully sometimes 8 or 9. And over 7 or 8 starts, that'll make a big difference to the bullpen.
And Garza, in his haste to try and get Gardner, throws it away. Gardner going for third. The throw is not in time, and it gets away. Garza over there to get the carom, and Gardner safe at third. And Matt Garza furious with himself.
Well, he knocked it down and then scrambled to get it and maybe rushed it a little more than he had to. I thought once he picked it up, he was going to have a pretty good chance to get Gardner, but he must not have had a very good grip on the ball.
Yeah, I think he had a lot more time than he realized. He didn't get that far away from him, so he had a lot more time, but he just kind of rushed it and threw it away.
And Gardner with his speed, boy, you turn him loose, and it was a problem. Good job by Garza to get over there and back that play up.
I thought Gardner was just going to keep going until he got tagged.
Mike Maddox out there to slow things down a little bit and make sure that Matt Garza is okay. So Gardner representing the tying run now, just 90 feet away with nobody out. That's an error on Garza all the way, a 3-base error. So the Rangers, with Suzuki up there, pull the infield all the way in. And this is a tough situation to deal with, because Ichiro very good at putting the bat on the ball, and with the infield in, right back to Garza. Well, that takes care of that.
That went too quick to first base.
You know what I was saying? Forget about it. doesn't make any difference.
And the one thing you do with the infield in against Ichiro is you take away the infield hit against him anyway. We just hope he hits it at somebody.
And preferably the pitcher.
Just like that.
No, one pitch, and that gets rid of a pesky hitter in Ichiro Suzuki. A 1 out, the infield will remain pulled in, and Robinson Cano, who is 1 for 2 with a single, will stand in. And you might consider being extremely careful. You're all for putting him on, Tom?
I wouldn't argue against
Yeah.
it. You know, his first and third and 1 out. He struck out Overbay in the first inning.
Garza from the stretch, and there's a rip foul down the first baseline.
Well, the other side of it is he struck out Cano too with a couple of men on. Made his best pitch of the day, that 94-mile-an-hour tailing fastball.
But the one thing you know about Cano, he's going to swing the bat. You know, I think what we've seen of him in this series anyway, it looks like because of the lack of offense the Yankees have generated, he's trying to do a lot more swinging the bat. So his patience, I think, would be at a pretty low period right about now. But that doesn't make him any less of a hitter. Fastball high and away. But you can get him, I think, to expand his strike zone. And Garza, I believe, would be able to use that to his advantage. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Giovanni Soto in charge of making the suggestions from behind the plate. He wants that slider, and he wants the fastball. Garza went to the fastball, and the 1-1 pitch. Popped up. Beltre over at the railing, and can't quite get in there far enough.
He wanted to go into the dugout to catch that one.
1-2 now, the count to Robinson Cano.
That was very close to being the second out.
Adrian, if you give it to anybody besides Adrian, I wouldn't worry about it. Adrian could probably talk his way in there. He had a second. So 1-2. Big at bat here for Matt Garza and the Rangers.
He got Cano in his first at bat to swing at a breaking ball down and in.
Line drive, base hit to center field. And Garza tried to get in again and didn't quite get it in hard enough. And boy, what an at bat by Robinson Cano. He just took it right back up the middle, and that ties the ball game at 1 apiece. Cano with his 70th run driven in. Pretty quick stroke, and you can see the reaction of Matt Garza. So Cano at first, still just 1 out. Lyle Overbay, who is 0 for 2, steps in and takes strike 1. Overbay, a strikeout in the first, line to short in the 4th inning. Rangers with the infield at double play depth and swung around a couple of steps to the right. Adrian Beltre, the third baseman, off a good 25 feet from that foul line. And now moving even further over toward the shortstop position. Garza, a check of Cano. Tried the back door and couldn't quite get the breaking ball in there. 1-1. Double play ground ball to Elvis. To Kinsley. On the moment. 6-4-3, and the Yankees are done. But they come up with an unearned run on a hit and an error. And we will go to the bottom of the 6th. It's now the Rangers 1 and the Yankees 1 on Fox Sports Southwest. is worth $100 and dinner for two at Sonic Drive-In. Tonight, the Rangers are hitting for Gina Heppel of Aledo. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam this inning, Gina Heppel from Aledo will win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. Nelson Cruz leading off, and he pounds one to left, but that's going to hook foul. At home run distance, but about 25 feet to the foul side of the pole. And the count moves to 1-1. Cruz 1 for 2 tonight, a first inning single. Chopper out toward short where Nunez is. Out number 1. And before Adrian Beltre steps in, let's go down and say hello again to Jim Knox. Jim?
I appreciate it, Buzz. Hey, I found a couple, I guess you can say, ex-Cub fans. What's this all about?
Hey, Jim. I'm here with my buddy John. We drove all the way from Chicago. We're here to watch Matt Garza pitch. Stupid Cubs. They traded him all the way to the Rangers. Couldn't watch him pitch their way to the series. Matt Garza all the way.
You guys got some shirts and everything?
Hell yeah. Let's go Rangers. Matt Garza's the best.
We just got our shirt from the pro shop. We're here to watch Matt Garza win.
Oh, there we go. All right, well, appreciate it, guys. Let's see this shirt here. Hey, yeah, they got the 22 out already. All right, guys, well, let's get back to your seats. Appreciate it. Thanks, buddy.
All right, Jim. Adrian Beltre very quickly flying out to right field. You know, it probably would have been cheaper just to get one of those sports packages on your TV and pick up Fox Sports Southwest rather than drive all the way down. You could have watched Matt pitch. But glad to have you here. 2 outs, bases empty for A.J. Pierzynski. A.J. drove in the only Ranger run so far. First inning single with 2 outs. And he takes a strike from Pettit. A.J. hitting at .282 with 9 home runs. The RBI runs his total up to 35 for the year. That's out of play to the left. It's 0-2.
Andy Pettit showing why we talked about him being so competitive at age 41. I don't know that if you were watching this game and had no idea what year it was, whether you'd know whether he was 31 or 41 tonight.
Yeah, stuff hasn't changed very much.
Not much.
Maybe a little bit off the fastball, not that much.
Mile an hour,
yeah,
maybe
2.
Yeah.
And maybe the breaking ball isn't quite as sharp or the cutter quite as quick, but well, he still knows how to pitch. Always has known how to pitch.
He does. He's getting the results too.
Now Pierzynski asked for time, and it is granted. Lance Barksdale acquiescing. 0-2 as Pettit reads the signs, the left-hander. Back to the plate. Pierzynski leaning on that breaking ball. It's 1-2 now. You see the wheels turning under that helmet. AJ's thinking, okay, here's what he did to me before. Now, over the past 10 years, what's he done? High in the air to right field. Going back is Suzuki at the wall. Goodbye! A.J. Pierzynski.
What's he going to say tonight, Buzz?
He's going to say, I got lucky, I guess. Don't have an answer for you, but he just did it again. His 10th home run of the year puts the Rangers back on top 2-1.
Reached out for that pitch. You couldn't tell whether he hit it well enough or not until you started to see Suzuki turn his back and go back toward the wall. And he definitely got enough of it.
And for the second straight night, we have a Sonic Slam winner. It's Gina Heppel from Aledo. $100 and dinner for two at Sonic Drive-In. Well, A.J. Pierzynski getting the job done. Now Baker plugs the gap in left center. Gardner over to cut it off. Baker going for 2. The throw, the slide, he's safe. Jeff Baker, a 2-out double.
Jeff gives you a good at-bat almost every time up against the left-hand pitcher. He's grounded out to short, flied out to deep left field his last time up, and this time rips a double in the gap. Lefties just don't have much of a chance against him this year.
Back to A.J. Brzezinski's home run.
Well, there's a breaking ball that's, not terrible. It's down, it's away. Maybe not quite as far away as he wanted, but A.J. is able to get a hold of it. He reached for it, and just strong enough to sneak it into the front row.
That's 7 now out of 10. That's his 10th home run. 7 of his home runs have put the Rangers ahead.
That's pretty good.
You talking about big home runs, 371 feet. You got Elvis going. And
Elvis is imitating his home run jog. Another big hit right here to sneak in another run.
Now Baker at second. All this with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Mitch Moreland 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. Ball 1 is a bit low. Mitch at 255. Yankees playing a modified shift against him. Got a pretty big hole there at shortstop, though, because third baseman Lillibridge can't get too far away from third with Baker at second. Nunez, the shortstop, maybe a couple of steps to the shortstop side of second. 2 balls, no strikes. Bennett, reading the signs, has the one he wants. Boy, Mitch was trying to hit that up on the roof.
Breaking ball kind of flattened out a little bit. Look at me. Come on. I'm talking to you.
Trying to get you to acknowledge it over here. 2-1 to Moreland. Baker establishing his lead at second. Pettit misses inside. 3 balls and a strike. So Mitch hitting 6th. I think that's 7th in the order. To be followed by Giovanni Soto. Rangers striking with 2 outs. They have scored both their runs tonight after 2 were out. And Moreland with a base hit here, trying to make it all 3 runs with 2 outs. Pettit agrees and comes set. Breaking ball, finds the outside corner. Now the count has gone full. Mitch didn't particularly care for that call, but you got to give him credit. That's a pretty tough 3-1 breaking ball. You can get that over there for Mitch not to offer at it. That's pretty impressive. Well, the count has gone full. Pettit, as is his custom, always that glove up in front of his face. Now the payoff pitch on the way. Shot foul. Moreland got another off-speed delivery. Pettit going to talk to Chris Stewart. The Rangers 2 runs on 7 hits now. Yankees 1 run on 4 hits. Their run of the unearned variety off Matt Garza, and it was due to his throwing error that set up that run. But he also stopped any further damage from occurring. Pettit ready one more time. Again the 3-2. To left center field. Gardner had him shaded that way, and Brett Gardner able to back up, make the catch, and that'll do it. But the Rangers come up with a couple of hits. A.J. Brzezinski's 10th home run of the year to right field, sneaking into the 2nd row of seats in the lower home run court. Gets the Rangers back on top after 6. Rangers 2, Yankees 1. pitch game on both ends. Matt Garza, in his Ranger debut, 6 innings of work, 4 hits, 1 unearned run, 5 strikeouts, and A.J. Pierzynski has done the damage, getting the Rangers back on top with his 10th home run of the year, so 2-1. And here's Matt Garza reacting to A.J. Pierzynski's home run.
He's feeling good because that gets back the run he feels like he gave up.
Yep.
Little tapper back to the mound turned into a 3-base error, but he's got a lead now. He's thrown 82 pitches through 6 innings. Been throwing the ball well. A lot of strikes tonight. 57 strikes, only 25 balls with all his pitches.
Facing Vernon Wells to start things off. Wells 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Ball 1 to Vernon. Wells last time up called out on strikes. Garza got that inside breaking ball to him. A fastball for a strike. 1-1 now. Garza's next pitch, and that changeup is in the dirt all the way to the backstop. 2 balls and a strike. Matt Garza, as a Cub, was originally scheduled to pitch on Monday night. And of course the trade happened, and he is here on a Wednesday, which was really the least amount of time that the Rangers were able to work with him as far as getting him back into pitching. You know, they would have rather not had him go the extra day, but it had to work out that way because Alexio Gondo was throwing last night. And Garza able to get tonight, and that's not too much of a layoff. 2-2 pitch to Wells. Tapper by the mound. Tough play for Elvis. Bare hand. Throws. Gets it. Great play by Elvis Andrus.
Always worried when you have to barehand a ball rolling that fast, but then you forget the kind of hands that Elvis has, that Beltre has. Left side of the infield, when that ball's hit like that, they can barehand it. The hard part is catching it and then making sure you've got a grip on it to throw it on the run like that, but he's done it a few times. He didn't have any problem doing it.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah, problem comes if you're just an average player.
And first ball swinging Nunez. It's a skimmer out to Ian Kinsler. 2 up, 2 away.
Watch him grab it with all. Well, he actually grabbed it with the 2 fingers he wanted to throw it with. Beautiful play.
So 2 outs now. Base is empty for Brent Lillibridge, who twice has skied to center field. Lillibridge at 167 with the average. And the first pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. You want some consistency? How about the inning by inning pitch count for Matt Garza? 17
wow,
in the first.
look at that.
13, 13, 14, 12, 13, 7. That is consistent. Now that's kind of boring. You know?
Yeah, I'd like to see him do it for the next 10 starts of the season that he's got.
I would too. I'll take boring that way.
Well, when you're throwing the percentage of strikes that he's throwing, I don't know exactly what it is, 70% or so.
Right.
You can have some quick innings, and you're not giving up many hits. The Yankees have only had 4 hits. 2 of them came right off the bat to the first 2 hitters of the game. The run was an unearned run. Did score on a base hit, though, Cano.
2-1, the count to Lillibridge. To third. Beltre has it go right through him. Down the line, Lillibridge going for 2. He's going to be in as the throw is cut off by Elvis. And that's something you don't see happen very often. Beltre got in front of her, thought he was in front of him. The ball just eluded him quickly.
Yeah, you knew it was going to be a tough play, but then you look down and you know it's Adrian Beltre, and you just assume that he's going to catch it and throw it to first base, and that's going to be the end of the inning. He's guarding the line. Not sure what happened. The ball hit the dirt. You know, the other night, Buzz, we saw one hit the dirt and go right to the right. Let's see if this one does that. A little bit, maybe. I think it fooled him the way it hopped toward shortstop a little bit.
That's going to be the error on Beltre. And first ball swinging on the next pitch. Melky Mesa pops it up, shallow right field. There's Nelly Cruz. So the error only cost one extra pitch for Matt Garza. Side retired, one left aboard on the error. It's stretch time in Arlington. Rangers 2, Yankees 1 on Fox Sports Southwest. Now through August the 13th, to enter to win free Rangers tickets and a VIP Rangers experience. Visit otbfanzone.com for more details. The Rangers leading 2-1 as Andy Pettitte goes to work, bottom of the 7th inning. Giovanni Soto takes a breaking ball for strike one, and Matt Garza outstanding this evening. Well, he has been not only as advertised, he has surpassed that as far as I'm concerned. Been in control. You knew you were getting a guy that will compete as well as anybody and pitch deep into ball games. And he is pitching exactly the way, apparently, that he has his last 6 or 7 starts.
Well, it's just fun to watch a guy that's got his assortment of pitches and he throws them all for strikes and is that competitive.
Soto 1 for 2 tonight. Tired of waiting, so he backs out. Giovanni singled his last time to the plate. Solid line drive into center field. Headed back to him. And the pitch is high. 3-1. Sean Kelly, the right-hander, up and loosening in support of Andy Pettitte.
No walks in the game tonight. Both pitchers have been sharp.
3-1 to Soto. I don't think Giovanni was sure he was going to get a fastball, and he was looking for something and decided not to pull the trigger.
Now, coming into the game, left-hand hitters had hit .208 against Andy Pettitte.
Now the payoff pitch. Inside ball 4. Soto works a leadoff walk, and that'll bring up Craig Gentry and also brings Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach, out to the mound.
So the lefties have hit .208. The Rangers use a left-hand hitter as their DH. And he drives in a run with a single, and he hits a home run for the other run. Yeah, go figure that out.
Well, while we have a second here, let's take a break for a Mazda game break. It's John Radigan in. John? Okay. An expensive out. Conference concluded. Here is Greg Gentry. And he's around to bunt and takes a strike at the top of the zone, apparently. 0-1. Gentry up in an identical situation in the 5th inning. Tried to bunt. Got the 2 strikes and grounded into a fielder's choice. Replaced Giovanni Soto at first base, stole second, but he was stranded there. 0-1 the count to him. No bunt here, and a looper to center field. Gardner coming on, can't get there. Into second is Soto, and Greg Gentry, a looping single. The first 2 hitters aboard here in the Rangers' 7th inning.
Yep. Didn't get the bunt down on the first pitch. Instead, he got a base hit. Even better.
And that's going to do it for Andy Pettit as Joe Girardi on his way out to the mound, then stopped because Ron Washington is out right now talking to Lance Barksdale. I don't know what this exchange is all about. Washington's pretty heated, though.
Did it have anything to do with Girardi going to the mound?
I don't think so. I think Wash was out there before Girardi started going to the mound.
Well, he's not, it's not like Wash is going to make a personnel change with Kinsler coming up, so I'm not sure either.
I don't know. But he was pretty animated about what he was talking to Lance Barksdale about. At any rate, that's going to do it for Andy Pettit. So he leaves trailing 2-1, and a couple of runners aboard are his responsibility. Sean Kelly, the right-hander, summoned from left center field. We'll take a break. Be right back after this on Fox Sports Southwest. One through 208 become the Kia K-Zone. Fans seated in the Kia K-Zone receive a complimentary T-shirt and a K-card to celebrate strikeouts rung up by Rangers pitchers. Tickets start at just $32, and they can be found at TexasRangers.com/K-Zone. Sean Kelly, the right-hander, on now to take over on the hill. He will face Ian Kinsler with runners at first and second and nobody out.
Well, Kelly's given up a few home runs, 5 home runs in 36 innings. He's also punched out a few, 56 strikeouts in 36 innings. Opponents hitting below 193, hitting 193 against him.
Kinsler, a check swing on a pitch that veers off the outside corner. Ian 1 for 3 tonight. Singled and scored the first Ranger run back in the first inning. Facing the 29-year-old right-hander Sean Kelly. Two and 0 now. Got Soto at second. Gentry at first. Kelly okays the sign. And the 2-0 is an off-speed pitch that finds the inside corner.
Definitely wouldn't want to give Ian a fastball to hit. All breaking balls.
Kelly is pretty much 50-50 fastball slider. Makes things very simple for himself.
He must have a good slider if he's got 56 strikeouts in 36 innings.
Yep. And that pitch is low. It's 3-1. But Kelly working himself into a hole. Kinsler leading off for the Rangers in their batting order. He'll be followed by the Rangers shortstop, Elvis Andrus. 2 on, nobody out. Rangers looking to expand their lead. It is currently 2-1 Texas. And Kinsler pops it up. On the right side, infield fly rule will be in effect. As Cano handles that pop-up. That is 1 out. Haven't seen Ian do that in a while.
No, that's a hitter's count. He just got underneath it a little bit, trying to drive the ball somewhere. Wash did not want to use a sacrifice bunt with one of his good hitters up there. Got a good pitch to hit, just didn't connect with it.
So 1 away, and now Elvis Andrus, who is 1 for 2, will step in. Elvis, a sacrifice bunt in the first, singled in the third, and grounded to short in the 6th inning. Takes that slider from Sean Kelly for strike 1. Elvis 1 for 6 in his career against Kelly. One ball and 1 strike. Sean Kelly, originally in the Seattle organization, came up with the Mariners for the first time in 2009. 1-1 pitch. That's outside, 2-1. Came over to the Yankees February 13th of this year. Abraham Almonte went from the Yankees to the Mariners. Kelly okays the sign, the 2-1.
Get in
to
there.
right field. Suzuki coming on, the ball hanging up for him. And Ichiro makes the grab. Soto stays at second, Gentry at first, 2 gone, and now Nelly Cruz will come up.
That's one of those little bloopers that for some hitters it would have a chance to fall in, but Suzuki plays Elvis right on the right field line and fairly shallow, so you just don't have a chance to bloop one in very well with him out there.
The fans, you can play Lotto Texas with Extra for your chance to win Texas-sized jackpots. It's Texas' original jackpot game, and it's available at your favorite lottery retailer. Well, Nelson Cruz will step in. Cruz 1 for 3 tonight. Kelly ready to work. And the pitch is a knee-high strike. It's 0-1. Cruz 3 for 8 in his career against Sean Kelly. One of those a home run. Slider off the outside corner. A ball and a strike. Soto taking his lead from second. And another slider. That is just off the mark. 2-1 to Cruz. Well, Nelly not even thinking about offering at those two. Those were pretty close pitches. Neil Kotz, Ranger left-hander, loosening in the right center field bullpen. Matt Garza, as a lot of guys do, not wearing a jacket when it's warm like this. And Cruz taking another slider that's just outside. 3-1 now to Cruz. So Nelly trying to extend this inning. He followed by Adrian Beltre. 2 outs, a 3-1 count. That's a pretty good grouping of 4 sliders.
Pretty good idea what he's trying to do.
In the dirt, ball 4. That'll load him up for Beltre. Well, there had not been a walk in this game by either team until this inning. Giovanni Soto drew a walk facing Andy Pettit. And then 2 outs later, Nelson Cruz draws a walk of Joe Girardi's replacement, Sean Kelly. The base is full of Rangers, and here's Beltre. Adrian tonight has flied to right twice and skied to left. 9 career grand slams for the Rangers' 3rd sacker. Ball 1. Adrian Beltre 3 for 5 in his career against Sean Kelly, a double. Pitched in amongst his 5 at-bats. Soto at 3rd, Gentry at 2nd. Cruz at 1st. Pretty well hit to right center field, but plenty of time for Gardner to get back there. And the Rangers can't do anything. They leave the bases full on a hit and a couple of walks. We have finished 7 innings. Matt Garza and the Rangers leading the Yankees 2-1 on Fox Sports Southwest.
To JR, big time Ranger fan, all game long rooting for the Rangers. He's had to do it sitting next to who?
My Aunt Jackie. She goes for the stinking Yankees.
Well, congratulations. Here's the bag. Anything else you want to say, Big JR?
The Rangers are going to beat the stinking Yankees today.
All right, there we go. Way to go, JR. All right, say hello to Aunt Jackie. Sorry, Aunt Jackie. Appreciate that. Way to go, JR.
All right, we're going to the top of the 8th inning. Matt Garza back to the hill, and Joe Girardi has gone to his bench now, and he's pulled off his best left-handed pinch hitter, and that would be Travis Hafner. David Murphy in the ballgame, taking over in left field. A defensive replacement for Jeff Baker. Hafner came on and as a pinch hitter last night and grounded out. 209 the average. 12 home runs. And Garza hits the outside corner. It is 0-1.
Hafner hit a bullet up the middle last night. Elvis made a great play on it. Keep it a 1-run game.
Hard hit, but right at Mitch Moreland. He will win the race to the bag. And that is out number one, and a big out number one here in the 8th. Boy, Garza still under 100 pitches tonight. I mean, he has just been masterful.
It looked like Wash was going to have him throw to one hitter. Here he comes, and with the lefties coming up, he's got Neil Kotz out there.
So Kotz ready. Ron Washington making a slow walk out there. He's going to say something to Matt Garza. Probably something along the lines of, where you been? You could have gotten here sooner, couldn't you? Great job by Matt Garza. And he will lead to the standing ovation of the folks here in Rangers ballpark. Everybody's on their feet applauding the debut of Matt Garza in the Ranger uniform. An outstanding job, a well-deserved round of applause for Garza. Neil Kotz coming in from the bullpen as he jogs on to the bullpen. From the bullpen, we will take a timeout. Be right back after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Let us know, do you think the Rangers will make another trade before the trading deadline on July 31st? And 89% of you said, yep, they're going to. We appreciate your input, and we'll forward that to John Daniels and company. Speaking about trades, the last one they made wasn't too bad. Bringing over Matt Garza day before yesterday, and he acquitted himself very nicely tonight.
Well, Neil Kotz pitched in the 8th inning in yesterday's ball game. He got Gardner, Suzuki, and Cano, all three left-handers. If he can get the first two, he won't have to worry about Cano with one out already rung up by Matt Garza.
First pitch to Gardner is a bit high for ball one. Gardner had the scoring on his ball in the 6th inning changed. It originally had been an error all the way around, and the official score decided that it was going to be a hit and an error. Foul territory. Adrian Beltre over there puts it away, and Gardner disposed of for out number 2. So it really didn't change anything as far as Matt Garza was concerned. Scoring wise, it added one hit to the total. The run was still unearned though. Garza 7 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 1 unearned run, no walks, 5 strikeouts. A very impressive first outing. Two gone, bases empty for Ichiro. Suzuki 1 for 3. Rounded out a couple times, also single. Loops one down the left side, and that is near the seats, into the first row of seats. David Murphy shading way over that way, and had that ball not gone back into the crowd, he would have had a play on it. He got there that quickly. 0-1 the count. The matchup of these two last night, Suzuki flied to left. Similar situation that you have almost had that foul ball with Murphy getting over there. Murphy almost standing on the line last night when Suzuki flied out to him. No balls and 2 strikes. Scott sets. Pitch reached foul off the screen. Still 0-2. Neil Cox, the 33-year-old left-hander, trying to finish the inning up for Matt Garza. Garza got the first out. Cox came in to get Gardner for the second out. And now the pitch to Suzuki is down away. 1-2. Getting into the Let's Go Ranger chant. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Soto going out. He didn't particularly care for where that location of that last pitch.
And we saw Ichiro in New York a couple of times get the fastball on the inside of the plate and turn on it for a home run. Well, he's not a home run hitter, but occasionally he'll look for that pitch and try to hit a home run. At least try to pull the ball.
Yeah, and that's the only location you can do that. There's a pitch on the inner half of the plate.
Otherwise, no chance.
Yep. 1-2. Out of play to the left. Suzuki has had some kind of career here since coming over from Japan to join the Seattle Mariners 12 years ago. 2001. His first season, he was over 2,600 hits. Slaps one to third. Beltre has this one come up on him. He makes the play. And the throw gets Suzuki by a half step. Shy to retire for Matt Garza and company. Shutting out the Yankees here in the 8th inning. 7.5 in the books. Rangers 2, Yankees 1. Fox Sports Southwest. Inning, and the man that's responsible for both Ranger runs leading it off here in the 8th, and that's A.J. Przinsky. Takes a sharp breaking ball from John Kelly for strike 1. A.J. an RBI single in the first to plate the first Ranger run. solo home run in the 6th inning. Now he loops one out into left center field. Going out is the shortstop Nunez. A nice running catch. Boy, Nunez got pretty good range at shortstop. Now, speaking of AJ's home run, our Coors Light freeze cam will show you some images of AJ's home run in that 6th inning. Right down there where you can get pretty good wood on it. Ichiro trying to climb out into the stands, couldn't get to it. That's the difference in the ball game right now. David Murphy with his first at bat of the night. A rip and a miss. Austin Romine into the ball game now, calling the pitches for Sean Kelly. Romine taking over for Chris Stewart. Pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Murph, a .224 hitter with 10 home runs, 32 RBI. Out of play to the left. And the count goes to 1-2. Joe Nathan up and loosening in that Ranger bullpen. You know, if you've been a fan of Ranger baseball in the Ron Washington era, Wash is real big on getting the guy back on the horse, back in the saddle, and once he gets thrown off.
Well, that's why he took him out of the game last night, too. He had like 18 or 19 pitches, and he didn't let him finish the inning after the Yankees had gone ahead, because he didn't want him to throw 26 or 27 pitches. Might have jeopardized him being ready to pitch today. So he's thrown 18 or 20 pitches the last couple of nights. So this will be his 3rd straight night.
2-2 the count to Murphy. Outside, and the count is now full. So Murphy trying to get aboard with 1 out. He'll be followed by the Ranger first baseman, Mitch Moreland.
David got a call in the Murphy zone.
Payoff pitch.
Wasn't taking a chance there.
That's right. That's right.
Got 1. I might not get the second one. That might even be beyond the Murphy zone right there, but still, he wasn't taking any chances. Murphy zone is kind of between ball number 5 and ball number 7.
Kelly okays the sign. The right-hander sets. And Murphy a drive. Deep to right center field. Way back goodbye.
There's a Murphy zone.
Into the Ranger bullpen. David Murphy touches one off. The Rangers lead 3-1.
Gives you a little bit of cushion. That feels good. You mentioned that Sean Kelly had a lot of strikeouts and a good opponent's batting average. He had given up a few home runs. That's the 6th home run he's given up. David got a fastball on the probably middle of the plate to the inside half of the plate. And he got all of that one. That feels good. Everything was away. That one was the closest pitch to the middle. And Kelly's a little worried about that one. He knows where that's headed.
425 feet after Murphy touched it off. Ball came down in the Ranger bullpen. That's that sound. If you're a pitcher, you don't even have to turn around to look. You know where that thing's going. So 2nd Ranger home run of the night. They now have 117 for the season. David Murphy with his 11th of the year. And Mitch Moreland, it's an off-speed pitch in for a strike. Pierzynski, the other Ranger home run. Moreland 0 for 3 tonight. A strikeout, a ground out, and a fly ball. 1-2. Kelly going back behind the mound and using that spike master to knock some of the clay off of his spikes. Now he set the 1-2 pitch. It's 2-2. Elvis is having a great night to work on his reactions. Like a little sigh going there. Gangnam style.
Elvis is the happiest guy, and he's happier than David. David hit that home run.
Well, Mitch Moreland able to work the count full. He's trying to get aboard in front of Ranger catcher Giovanni Soto. Payoff pitch. In the air, center field. This one's playable as Gardner retreats. Well in front of the track, he puts it away. And Moreland is out number 2. It'll bring up Giovanni Soto. And before Soto gets to the plate, let's head over to meet up with John Radigan for a preview of the Ranger postgame show.
Yeah, Rangers Live Buzz brought to you by Esurance, and of course we'll have all kinds of postgame reaction to this one. Postgame sound too. We'll hear from Matt Garza. We'll hear from the hitting hero tonight, A.J. Przinsky, and how about David Murphy? I can guarantee we'll hear from all 3 of those guys. Mark McLemore joins me, and we wrap it all up right after the game on Rangers Live, presented by Esurance, guys.
All right, John, thank you. Well, Larry Rothschild has taken the opportunity to go out and talk to Sean Kelly. And now Lance Barksdale is going to go out and join in the conversation. Wasn't really sure about why this was taking place with the bases empty and 2 outs. So Soto stepping in 1 for 2 tonight. He has singled and walked, also struck out. Giovanni with the average now just a couple of clicks below that 200 level, 196. Takes a knee-high strike, 0-1. Rangers 3 runs on 9 hits tonight. Yankees 1 run on 5 hits. Rangers have committed the only 2 errors in the ballgame. 0-2 to Giovanni Soto. Hard hit, diving catch by Brent Willibridge, the third baseman. Owen Danley throws that right fist up in the air, and that'll do it. So Soto robbed with extra bases. But David Murphy gets the Rangers on the board again. His solo blast will propel the Rangers to the 9th inning, leading 3-1 over the Yankees with Joe Nathan coming on. Brought to you by your Texas Ford dealer. Don't miss the Ford Summer Spectacular featuring blockbuster deals. Now playing at your best in Texas Ford dealer. By AT&T U-verse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PIC-ATT. Rethink possible. And by Progressive. Visit progressive.com today. Now we head to the 9th inning, and I jumped the gun a little bit. David Murphy jumped the gun too. He hit one out in the bullpen. And Neil Cott staying in the ballgame. Haven't seen Ron Washington do that yet this season, but he's going to have Cott's face the two left-handers most likely before he goes to Nathan, or he may not go to Nathan at all.
It probably has something to do with the amount of pitches Joe's thrown. Also, Neil Cott is throwing very well with left-hand hitters coming up.
Cott's faced Cano in last night's game and got a fly ball to center. Cano 2 for 3 tonight. He drove in the only Yankee run thus far with a single in the 6th inning. Tapper hits softly out to second. Inslee on to Moreland. That is out number 1. Cott's got Cano to roll over on that pitch that was down and away, and got the weak ground ball. Now Lyle Overbay will step in.
Well, Cott, we keep saying it every time he comes in. He just looks like the exact same guy every time he comes in. Same delivery, same 92-mile-an-hour fastball, same slider, pretty much the same location, same results.
Yeah. That's a big thing.
Occasionally it's a shock. He gives up a hit. And a real shock when he occasionally gives up a run.
Overbay takes a knee-high strike. 0-1. Overbay 0 for 3. Rounded into a double play last time up. That was back in the 6th. Also lined to short and struck out. Tried to pull the trigger and couldn't. And the slider came back to the inside corner. 0-2.
Cott has thrown 14 pitches, 11 strikes. Yep, definitely caught the high part of the strike zone. All the way in the strike zone.
42,360. Making some noise here at Rangers Ballpark. The 0-2 pitch. Foul, strike 3.
Well, the first one was a borderline pitch on the outside corner. The next one was up and in. That last one was right down the middle of the plate.
So Ron Washington on his way out to the mound now, and Neil Cott's faced Gardner, Suzuki, Cano, and Overbay, and allowed nothing. That last pitch was cut the strike zone virtually in half. So Cott's great work in relief of Matt Garza. He will give way now to Joe Nathan coming on to face Vernon Wells. The Rangers leading 3-1. We'll be right back. A matinee affair, 1 o'clock on Fox Sports Southwest. Rangers and Yankees wrapping up this series. It'll be Derek Holland and Hiroki Kuroda. 1 o'clock, Fox Sports Southwest. Here's Joe Nathan on to try to get back on that horse that threw him last night. Vernon Wells, the first hitter that he faces, and a swinging strike. It is 0-1. Wells, in last night's game, drew the controversial, if you will, one-out walk. One that Joe Nathan was pretty upset about. A couple of pitches that he thought were in the strike zone that were not called strikes by Kerwin Danley. Nathan ended up walking him and then going to 3-2 on Eduardo Nunez, who hit the triple over the head of Greg Gentry in center field. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wells tonight 0 for 3. Couple of ground outs and a strikeout. The center field, Gentry got a late break. He's going to have to hold up and play it on a bounce. And Wells keeps the inning alive and the game alive for the Yankees with a bloop single to center. And here comes Nunez. Vernon just reaching out and wafting that softly into center.
Slider maybe a little bit outside. Stayed up enough for him to get the bat on it, though. Nunez hit a hanging slider last night for that triple into the gap in left center field off the wall.
Wells going to second, and he will do so uncontested as the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Defensive indifference will put Wells at second. Difference tonight is with a 2-run lead, outfield playing in a no doubles alignment, so they're playing deeper. And if you'd have the same situation last night, had Wells stayed at first, it would have been a different story. This one topped up, and it should do it. Elvis waving everybody off and makes the grab and hugs all around. High fives abound for Ron Washington's club as Joe Nathan gets his 32nd save of the year. The Rangers, the second of 3 games